people, welcome back to my channel. Today I did a very glam, glowy, soft, neutral cut crease. I know, all those adjectives. I just had to throw them all at you. Just a very glamorous look if you want to wear it to any party during the holidays, Christmas party, New Year's party, anything like that. Or you can even wear it to the grocery store because, you know, this is just so, you know, low maintenance. Took me like 10 minutes just to throw on. I had to use this new Anastasia Liquid Lippy and I absolutely love it. It's just a perfect red for me because I have orange hair. It's hard for me to find a good red that is not too orangey because this and this, it's just too much. But this has, this is in the shade Saffron? I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, please subscribe and thank you so much for watching. When you first start your makeup, you just want to start dancing because it makes you a happier person, improves your mood, and helps with cell rejuvenation. Now I'm going to take my Too Faced primer. This is the Hangover RX primer. I'm warming it up between my hands and distributing it all over my face. I love this stuff because it has coconut water in it, and it actually makes me smell like a pina colada, which is always great. Now I'm going to take my Born This Way Too Faced foundation in the shade Ivory. I'm going to take it on the back of my hand, then take my M433 brush by Morphe, spray it with some Fix Plus just to get it damp, and buff that all over my face, hitting the problem areas like on the sides of my mouth and blending it down into my neck because no one wants that makeup line. Oh, my cat. I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Medium and a Lancome Concealer that I got a while ago. I cannot pronounce the name, but it has a peachy undertone which helps cancel out my dark circles. And I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender and buff that into my face. Now I'm going to take my NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Universal and cream contour my face, hitting the hollows of my cheeks, and getting my forehead, contouring my nose, hitting underneath my lips just to make them look more pouty, and of course my neck. And dancing again. Whoop whoop. Blending that out with a damp beauty blender again. I'm using the other side just so the leftover concealer doesn't mix in with that new contour shade. Otherwise it'll look really, really patchy. And to set my face, I'm going to take my Too Faced powder in the shade Light Medium, taking a Real Techniques powder brush and just buffing this over my face. I'm going to use my NYX Highlight and Contour palette using an E4 angled brush, and I'm just going to hit the hollows of my cheeks, my temples, making sure to blend up and out. To bake today, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and with a damp beauty sponge, I'm going to place this underneath my contour to make it look sharper, and underneath my eyes to make sure my concealer does not move. So this is the completed look. I love how it's just a soft cut crease and not a very harsh one because it makes it very easy and very, very wearable to wear it on multiple occasions and parties throughout the holiday season. So to start, I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk and tapping that on my lids with my ring finger. But first I want to do my brows. So I'm taking my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Auburn and just hitting the lower half of my brow and defining it from the bottom to the top, making sure to create myself an arch. But since this color is a little too red for me, I'm going to take my Lancome eyebrow pencil. This is more of a taupey color, and just lightly go over my eyebrow to make it match my hair a little bit better. And of course, brush, brush, brush. For shadow, I'm going to pop open my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and taking this shade Salted Caramel, that orangey color, on an Anastasia Beverly Hills fluffy brush and buffing that into my crease, making sure that I go in windshield wiper motions and tiny little circles to ensure full blendability. Now I'm going to take Milk Chocolate on an M433 brush and get deeper into my crease and making sure that it adds more dimension to this eye look. I'm going to pop open my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette and get this shade Verb. And I sprayed my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus so this color comes out a little more foiled. And I'm going to sweep this across my lid, but also making sure to lightly cut underneath my crease shadows to get that contrast and that soft looking cut crease. I'm going to take this Lancome shadow now in number 20 on the same brush, spraying it with some Fix Plus and dabbing that right in the middle of my eye. Now I'm going to take the two shades Milk Chocolate and Semi Sweets and place it on an E36 brush by Morphe and further define my crease and make it look more cut by placing it right above that silvery shadow. Using the same two shadows, Milk Chocolate and Semi Sweet, on my E36 brush, I'm going to buff this into my lower lash line. I also took Salted Caramel and put it underneath there as well. Now I'm going to pick up my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper to create my wing liner sharp enough to slay all the boys away. I'm going to pick up the shade White Chocolate on a Lancome number 22 brush and highlight my brow bone. For mascara today, I'm going to use my Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte Cosmetics to make my eyelashes look fluffy and give them a base for my falsies. And for blush, I'm going to take my Milani powder brush in 01 Romantic Rose on an E4 angled brush by Morphe and buff that into the hollows of my cheeks and blend it up and out. For this look, I wanted to use my Nars Highlighter in the shade Miss Liberty on a Real Techniques fan brush. And I'm going to outshine the gods by placing this on the high points of my cheeks, on my nose, and my Cupid's bow. The lashes I'm using today are the Ardell Lashes in the style Double Wispy. And the bow on top of this present is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lip in the shade Sapphirine. I absolutely love this color. It is such a perfect red for my skin tone and my hair color. And that completes this totally Vogue, super easy holiday cut crease look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Dance out.